Greetings and welcome to the Astronomy Picture of the Day podcast. Today's picture for July 30th of 2025 is titled Coronal Loops on the Sun. So what do we see here? Well, here we see four images of a portion of the surface of our sun. And what we're looking at are what is known as solar prominences. So this is actually material from the sun that has been lifted off the surface. Now, how can that happen? Well, our sun has a magnetic field. And unlike Earth, which rotates as a solid body, the sun rotates differentially, meaning that the equator rotates faster than the poles. And this, over time, serves to tangle up the magnetic field. And at some points, that magnetic field will get all twisted and will pop out through the surface. Well, as it does that, the magnetic field then lifts the solar plasma up off the surface in a prominence. And then what will happen is that it will slowly rain back down. It will come back down onto the surface of the sun after a few days to a week or so. Now, in terms of size, these prominences are as large as Earth, so Earth would fit within the solar prominence itself. Now, for the most part, solar prominences, that material remains on the sun, and these are recent images where we're reaching the solar maximum when the sun is at its most active. Now, while the material here stays on the sun, we can have more violent prominences known as solar flares. And in that case, instead of slowly lifting the material up off the sun's surface, it rips it off and expels it outward into space. Now, if that happens to be directed toward Earth, that's when we happen to get the auroral activity here on Earth. And that's because those particles here that are part of the prominences then get expelled from the sun at high speeds, travel out into space. If they happen to come toward Earth, they interact with Earth's magnetic field and then are funneled along toward the poles, where they will strike Earth's atmosphere, causing the atoms there to glow, and we'll see those glows as the auroral activity that we're used to seeing. Now, even more extreme ones can actually affect the communications, satellites, and electronics here on Earth, and could disrupt communications for very strong solar flares sent directly toward Earth. Now, as the sun is around the time of its peak, we're seeing a lot more of this type of activity. So we see a lot more of these prominences, a lot more solar flares, and coronal mass ejections where material is expelled out into space. Over the next few years, as predicted, the sun should begin to quiet. So we'll start seeing less solar activity, and we'll expect to reach a minimum probably around 4 to 6 years from now. So that was our picture of the day for July 30th of 2025. It was titled Coronal Loops on the Sun. We'll be back again tomorrow for the next picture. So until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.